you out there on this program, Touch on ITV Abuja. In this new week, the new month and new year, it's wonderful and joyful for us to be in this year 2019. Many started the year with us, but today they were nowhere to be found. I am Nneka Anichebe. On this week's episode, we will not delay to bring our discussion with Dr. Mustapha Inuwa, the Secretary to the State Government, Katsina State, on their readiness comes 2019 general election. And also our discussion with the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Enugu State, Honorable Joseph Udeh, on the challenges facing Ministry of Youth and Sports in Enugu State. We will be right back. The program is still Touch on ITV. Before the break, I told us about our discussion with Dr. Mustapha Inuwa, the Secretary to State Government, Katsina State. Doctor, you're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much.
How is Katsina State?
Katsina is fine.
Sir, how can you describe the security in Katsina State today?
Okay, honestly, as we talk now, the security in Katsina State, we can say relatively is very good. You can say Katsina is relatively peaceful. Majority part of the state, the major part of the state experience very good security atmosphere. There are a few cases of kidnapping here and there, especially our local governments that border Zamfara State. Yes, you have a few cases of kidnapping, which was really unprecedented. But I think the problem is largely we are getting this from Zamfara. They get to Katsina, kidnap people, and then move back to the forest and stay around Zamfara side. But generally here we are able to contain the situation, especially at the time we came. The situation was terrible, was bad. There are a lot of things, insurgency in the state, cattle rustling, kidnapping, not kidnapping per se, armed robbery, and some activities of hoodlums around the major towns. But now that situation is really gone. A major concern now is these incidences of kidnapping.
People are giving kudos to this very administration, even though Katsina State is one of the northwest states where insurgency, just as you have mentioned, are taking place. But yet, people of Katsina State are sleeping with their two eyes closed. What is the magic, sir? Okay,
you see, you won't understand what you're able to do until when you have, even if it is in brief, the situation before we came in as government. Prior to the election of this APC government, that is before 2015 May, Katsina was one of the states that really was in a serious insecurity situation. Like I said earlier, you have cases of cattle rustling almost on daily basis, killing of people, especially by these rustlers. We have an incident where in a day 142 people were killed, and you find 20, 30, 17 different parts of the state, especially the local government bordering the Zamfara forest, which is almost about 8 to 12 local governments are directly affected. And you have also cases of armed robbery along our major roads. Before this game came into being, you find people were really worried about the situation on the roads. you find by 5 p.m., later 6, people will be struggling to reach their destination because anything could happen any time on daily basis and in our major road leading towards Katsina. And also within the cities, you find these cases of what you call Kaurai, that is the youth, yes, who took arms and could attack anybody anywhere within the cities. In fact, Katsina was, you can say, literally was under siege. And not only that, well, the curfew were imposed. Curfew was imposed here in Katsina by the previous government. By 9 p.m., people had to close all businesses and get home because these people can attack you anywhere. So that's exactly the picture of Katsina before we came. And during the electioneering campaign, the governor and the party promised people that if they elected APC into government, all these things would be a thing of the past. And we were able to get the security agencies together, the army, the police, the civil defense, and the SS, and work out programs of activities with them, with the state government largely also financed. And we are able within the past 1 year, honestly, to contain the situation. The armed robbery stopped, the kidnapping reduced drastically, you hardly hear of it, and then so also the city use of the activities of the youth within the cities also reduced. And we are able within that period, I said, able to even recover over 30,000 cattle from these rustlers. We arrested quite a number of them. We seized a lot of arms and ammunition from them. And to the extent that when they realized the situation was really very tough for them, they signaled the intention to dialogue with the government and accept peace for amnesty and so on. So toward the end of 2016, we were able to start discussing with some of the leadership, and thus brought about what generally people call Dialogue and Amnesty Program of Katsina Segon, where a lot of these rustlers repented and surrendered their arms and promised not to engage in these activities anymore. So this led to a ceremony on the 15th of January 2017, where over 400 assorted firearms were brought willingly, surrendered by these repentant rustlers, and a lot of ammunition. And the meeting was attended by over 2,000 of them. And yes, so from there, we continue to engage them in discussion and dialogue and so on, promises and so on. Where they are given amnesty, some were compensated for surrendering the firearms, and also some areas like they demanded were to be provided with some social amenities like schools, clinics, and so on. So honestly, this brought the situation to the barest level. Yes, where people hitherto could not attend markets, could not travel out, could not move freely, and so on, now begin to do. Our markets, especially within the border towns, were now functioning very well. Both the Fulani and the farmers are now relating well, and quite a number of them really moved to the city to even live in the city and so on. So that's actually, we continue, and we have been having the cooperation understanding of the security agencies, not only here in the state, but even at the headquarters level. Like, I don't know, you are aware, they even have an Air Force base now, where both the ground and air troop are working hard to ensure that we are able to bring this situation in. And also one thing we did, we extended this to our neighbors here in the Niger Republic, because, like I said, the forest here is so porous. It's very big. It's large. We border Niger Republic, we border Zamfara, Kaduna, and to some extent, Niger and Kebbi. So we had to reach out, because no matter what the government here is doing with the security agencies, cannot succeed completely without having the understanding and cooperation of other states, in Niger in particular. So the governor was able to travel to Niger, consult with the governor of Maradi, which is our next door neighbor here, and we signed an MOU which brought about very good understanding of security, cooperation, and other related issues. And we are yielding the result now. Like 2 years now, we didn't have any clash of farmers, herders, which used to be exactly. So the same thing, we tried to bring other states on board. The governor reached out to other governors of the Northwest, including Kano in this case, Jigawa, and to some extent, I think Niger, for North Central, and Plateau. With the,
as far as that.
Exactly, and also under the command of the then GOC in charge of Kaduna, to see how we can jointly address the issue. Because once you allow a particular state to do it alone, it will never succeed, because the moment you put this in, they move to the next state. After a while, they can come back. So we are able to the governor was able to organize that, but certainly we did not really succeed the way we wanted. So we had to come back and continue doing it here on our own.
Now that the 2019 general election is round the corner, what are your plans, and how prepared are your party to win during? Okay,
you see, one thing one will be contented with. First of all, the government has, within these 3.5 years or so, has done tremendously well here in Katsina. So the people of Katsina consider this government as their own, and ready to not only ensure its continuity, but to protect it and ensure that the government succeeds in all the elections coming. So when you go around, you can see that from the way the people receive the response and so on. And on our own as a party, we made sure we had transparent primary elections. Nobody was denied anything. If you are not elected, it means you are not elected by the delegates and nobody else. So with this also, we have very good understanding with even those who have contested and lost. You understand? So we are working as a family. We are consulting everybody. And you see, every day you find people from the other party, particularly PDP, coming into APC. So our major challenge now is even trying to make sure that we accommodate everybody, we carry everybody along, and we are working towards organizing also a campaign that everybody is involved. Okay. Those victorious at the primaries, and even those who have lost. This is exactly what we did in 2015. So we are replicating that as well. And we are making consultations. We are involving almost all major stakeholders from polling unit, ward level, local government level, at the state level. So this is a government that we believe is elected by the people. So everything we do, we have this in mind. We make sure we carry everybody along. We should try to be a little bit patient and understanding that there is no way you can correct the ills done for over 1.5 decades within 3 years. You understand, especially why you have people, those who perpetrated these evils are there, are around, and controlling huge sum of money. So they have many ways of frustrating the effort. But the people should understand this and ensure that they want this country to have a very good foundation, a very good system, whereby Nigeria will also be among those nations that we always envy. We have all the resources we need, both human and natural, but the only thing we are lacking is the leadership. Okay, now that we have a leadership, a committed leadership, an honest, transparent, and dedicated leader, So what we want is for Nigerians to have some patience, to understand the situation and support this leadership so that with Nigeria also will become one of the countries that you really cite an example like we do in the other countries.
Okay, sir. We must have to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for being on this program.
Thank you.
Wow, you just heard from Dr. Mustapha Inua, Secretary to State Government, Katsina State, on all he had said concerning security and 2019 general election. We will be right back. Welcome back. On this segment is our interaction with Honorable Joseph Uded, Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Enugu State. Let's meet you, sir.
My name is Udedi Joseph Uchenna, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Enugu State.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Honorable sir, you organize and reorganize training and retraining of youths to reduce youth restiveness in Enugu State. Yeah. How are they cooperating?
They are working hard. Some of them are now employers of laborers. They are now self-reliant. They can now fend for themselves as of today. At our youth center at Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, we are training the youth of Enugu State. His Excellency the Governor of Enugu State, Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, core vision for the youth is that a minimum of one skill for every youth of Enugu State.
Wow.
So on that note, we decided to set up a training center or youth center at Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, where we train our youth on cosmetology, ICT, this fashion designing, agriculture, paint production, and there's so many other trade like hat making and breed making and catering. We are also partnering with Industrial Training Fund, SDG office in Enugu State. I've also trained 750 youth. Wow. And the governor also gave them a starter pack to immediately after this training. So these are the things we are doing in Enugu State. The governor, in his wisdom, have so much focus on the youth of Enugu State.
Okay, sir. Once more, can you briefly highlight on some other achievements?
Like I told you, the governor's interest is out to, develop the youth through sports. We have organized so many sports competition in Enugu State, where we discover talent. We also attended the first National Grassroots Sports Festival, where Enugu State emerged as the overall winner in the festival. We also attended the youth game in Ilori on 2 occasions, in 2017, 2018. In Rangers Football Club, they are also participating in the National Professional League. They also participated in ITO Cup, Confederation Cup, which they emerged as a champion of the 2018 ITO Cup, Confederation Cup. Presently, we are representing Enugu State. We are representing Nigeria in CAF Confederation Cup.
That's interesting.
Then recently, the Enugu State, under the leadership of His Excellency the Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, we organized and hosted first edition of Coal City International Marathon, which we did on 24th of November, last Saturday. On that day, there are so many athletes from other African countries that attended.
In Enugu State?
In Enugu. Kenya came with about 9 athletes. Ethiopians came with, we have over 45 athletes from other African countries. Over 5,000 athletes registered for the competition, but as at 2,000 participated. It's, so many years ago, or the belief is that the East African countries that wins wrong races. But today Saturday, the Gideon Giata from Plateau State won the male section of the marathon, while the Kenyan from Nigeria, Plateau State, Jos, while the female was won by a Kenyan lady. So it's a new trend, a new opening as of today, that Enugu State, the Coal City, have been registered as one of the sporting events in terms of athletic in Africa and in the world today.
Okay, so before I let you continue with that, what about this 18 million physiotherapy and fitness for Rangers?
Yes.
How far so far?
Yes, the equipment, the electrotherapy fitness and equipment was procured by His Excellency the Governor of Enugu State in order to boost the team, the Rangers team.
Finally, what are your messages to other states that would like to adopt your system?
It's a matter of ideas. They should develop their ideas and move their state forward.
And your words to your youth?
Yes, I wish to encourage the good people of Enugu State and the youth of Enugu State that they should support the governor of Enugu State who is sports friendly, who have so much vision to move the state forward. I wish to ask the youth of Enugu State to look forward to, there is hope, and there is need that we should cherish, change our value system, look at hard work, that Rome was not built in a day. It's by step you get to your destination.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For you that is just joining the program now, you just heard from Honorable Joseph Udeh, Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Enugu State. And on our first segment was our interaction with Dr. Mustafa Inua, Secretary to the Government of Katsina State. From all our today's discussion, they meant well for their people. We pray for peace and unity of this nation. May this new day, the new week, bring greater changes in our country. Enjoy your new year, and God bless Nigeria. I am Neka Anichebe. Remember to join us on our social media addresses that is displaying on your screen. And also you can send your questions and comments through the numbers that is displaying on your screen. Bye for now.
Kitoko Sound.